Hello everybody, welcome to Monday Morning Must Knows. My name is Merlin Rothfeld, and after week of just epic data, core PCE numbers and unemployment claims, unemployment rate, you have GDP, you have CPI, all these numbers have been wildly driving this market. Of course, now we teeter up here near all-time highs. The question is, what's going to drive things even higher? Will it be something that happens this week? Probably not. Really boring week with regards to economic data and earnings announcements. As you can see here on the screen, not a lot happening on the earnings front. There's only 40 companies reporting, like snooze fest. However, there are a couple names that you might recognize. First, on Monday, we have Constellation Brands, STZ. On Tuesday, you've got McCormick. On Wednesday, nothing. On Thursday, you've got PepsiCo, Delta, Levi's, and Tilray. Cannabis stocks having a really nice run over the past couple of weeks. And finally, one of the big daddies in the financial space, BlackRock, will be coming out with their earnings announcements. Now, I think it'll be interesting to see how much money BlackRock has made off of that IBIT ETF, all right? One of the largest spot ETFs out there. Tons of inflows, massive liquidity. I do trade it myself. All right, let's move on to other things. Right now for the United States, there is no rate statement except for coming up later in October, we have another one. But right now, it's kind of calm. Not a lot of rate statements going on. Now, if you're a Forex trader, I know many of you who watch this program are Forex traders, so good for you guys. You want to know what's the most important thing moving your currency pair. And right now, the most important thing for any currency is a central bank decision where they raise, lower, stay the same with regards to their rates. Now, this week we do have one. That's right. We have one bank coming out with an announcement, and that is going to be the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Those of you who trade the Kiwi, well, you've got an announcement. Here you go, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's in the late evening there on the East Coast. Right now, the expectations are they're going to stay right where they are at 3%. Now, I have heard from some sources, of course, going on to social media, that expectations are they might actually drop 25 basis points to 2.75. But right now, most people agreeing that we're going to stay at 3%. Okay, the last FOMC meeting that we had back in September wasn't a surprise to anybody. Of course, President Trump voicing his disgust with Jerome Powell and why he won't lower even further, but should he? And what do the other voting members think? This is a very important thing to think about. We have a thing called the FOMC meeting minutes, and that will be released here on Wednesday. Now, why is this so important? It's important because the FOMC meeting minutes will give you insight as to what the other voting members of the Fed were thinking about raising, lowering, or staying the same. Not only that, but it gives insights into what their justifications are or thoughts are on the economy, inflation, unemployment, GDP, and broader economic measures. So this FOMC meeting minutes, which will be released Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, is a very important piece because it kind of sets the stage for our next FOMC meeting, which is happening at the end of October. So keep your eye on that one. Usually when this one comes out, there is quite a bit of volatility that ensues the release of this announcement, which of course is 2 hours before the markets close. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. That's your Monday Morning Must Know. Not a lot happening this week. FOMC statement, really the biggest piece. Take care. We'll see you next week.